The South Australian state election has claimed another high-profile Liberal scalp, with the ABC projecting former Transport Minister Corey Wingard has been defeated by Labor challenger Sarah Andrews. Key points: Mr. Wingard has suffered a swing of more than 13% against him. Mr. Wingard has suffered a swing of more than 13% against him. Several other Liberal-held seats remain too close to call, including that of outgoing Premier Stephen Marshall. Several other Liberal-held seats remain too close to call, including that of outgoing Premier Stephen Marshall. One Nation could gain the final upper house seat. Mr. Wingard, who was first elected in 2014, won the seat of Gibson in Adelaide's southern suburbs in 2018 on a margin of 10%. Gibson was the site of a controversial rail crossing proposal at Hove, which was eventually scrapped after the preferred project option failed to secure support from the federal government. Mr. Wingard suffered a catastrophic swing of more than 13% against him in yesterday's election. The result in Gibson is another blow for the Liberals, who were last night inflicted with electoral ignominy at the hands of Labor and its leader Peter Malinauskas, losing a projected 7 seats, 6 of them to the ALP, and 1 to an independent. Mr. Malinauskas will be sworn in as Premier, along with Susan Close as Deputy Premier and Stephen Mulligan as Treasurer, at Government House tomorrow morning. Incoming Labor MPs Lucy Hood, Rhiannon Pearce, Aaron Thompson, Nadia Clancy and Olivia Savers. Incoming Labor MPs are set to include Lucy Hood in Adelaide, Nadia Clancy in Elder, Aaron Thompson in Davenport, Rhiannon Pearce in King and Olivia Savers in Newland. Outgoing Premier Stephen Marshall earlier announced his intention to step down as Liberal leader, but that could prove a moot point if he fails to secure re-election. Mr. Marshall currently remains in a neck-and-neck race with Labor challenger Cressida O'Hanlon in the seat of Dunstan. The two-party preferred count at this stage has put the Labor Party just ahead, with the swing in his seat now 8%, ABC election analyst Anthony Green said. The pre-polling and postal voting will determine that outcome. Nadia Clancy has picked up the seat of Elder for Labor. Several other seats are currently too close to call. The seats remaining in doubt are mostly Liberal-held seats, so the new government has definitely got a majority, Green said. They include Flinders, where Liberal candidate Sam Telfer, who succeeded retiring Liberal MP Peter Treloar, is marginally ahead of independent candidate and voluntary assisted dying advocate Liz Haberman. Finnis, south of Adelaide, is also in doubt as independent candidate Lou Nicholson could unseat Primary Industries Minister David Basham. The Liberal Party really didn't address the major concerns that I was hearing from our community, Ms. Nicholson said. People are concerned about health. Down here, we do have an older population and they have a lot to offer. Finnis independent candidate Lou Nicholson says the Liberals failed to connect with the electorate. Liberal MPs David Pisoni, Adrian Pederick, John Gardner and Josh Teague are all facing knife-edge battles to stay in power. Either Labor's Catherine Hutchison or independent Heather Holmes-Ross looks set to defeat Liberal candidate Alexander Hyde in Waite, previously held by Liberal-turned-independent Sam Julick. At this stage it looks like this will be lost by the Liberal Party. It's not quite sure who will win it, Green said. There's been 2 different preference counts. One produces a win for Labor's Catherine Hutchison, the other a win for independent for Heather Holmes-Ross. While the election of a Labor government has been confirmed, the Legislative Council remains another key battleground. Labor and the Liberals look set to each secure 4 seats, and the Greens will pick up the 9th of 11 seats on offer. But one of the biggest surprises could see One Nation collecting one of the 2 remaining seats, with the other likely to go to Labor. On the current numbers it's likely that the Labor Party will win a 5th seat, Green said. It looks like the last seat could well go to One Nation, who are the highest polling of the smaller parties, and that will deliver a change to the upper house.